The Senate issued a sharp rebuke Wednesday to President Trump, easily advancing a resolution that would end U.S. military support for the Saudi-led campaign in Yemen's civil war, despite a White House effort to quash the bill. The administration launched an 11th-hour lobbying frenzy to try to heat off momentum for the resolution, dispatching Defense Secretary James Mattis and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to Capitol Hill in the morning, and issuing a veto threat less than an hour before the vote started. But lawmakers advanced the legislation 63 to 37. Even as the administration vowed to stand by Saudi Arabia following outcry over the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, there's been a lot of rhetoric that's come from the White House and from the State Department on this issue, said Bob Corker, Republican Tennessee, chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee. The rhetoric that I've heard and the broadcasts that we've made around the world as to who we are have been way out of balance as relates to American interests and American values. The vote advances the resolution out of the Foreign Relations Committee, making it available for action before the full Senate. The small step is a significant victory for supporters of the resolution, which fell 6 votes short of passage in March. The resolution, which is co-sponsored by Senator Bernie Sanders, Chris Murphy, and Mike Lee, would require Trump to remove troops in or affecting Yemen within 30 days. So, Bernie put up a video after the vote took place. He said this isn't the end of it. They have to, there's obviously passage in the House needs to take place. There's a couple more things involved. And also, even in getting rid of American troops, we still have to figure out what exactly will it take to stop the Saudis from starving these people to death by blocking their ports and preventing food and medicine from coming in while destroying their resources via the bombing of mosques, hospitals, and schools, and grocery stores as well. So there's more involved than just this vote, but it is a very big step in the right direction. It's something that I've seen being celebrated on Twitter. I did become kind of pissed when I was reading some of the comments that were on Bernie's account. And I guess my problem is that I always think you can get people to maybe show some kind of restraint, especially given the issue or topic at hand. So, like, for example, a lot of people will say about him, on social issues, you want to give everything away for free. But you would think they would say to themselves, well, killing 85,000 children under the age of 5 isn't exactly a good thing. You would think that. But what I saw was confirmation of a strange obsession with the man that, is not controlling their lives. He's not in a position of power. He's an elected official, but there's so much obfuscating. Like, there's a guy who starts talking about give them one of your houses and this will solve it. It's like, what are you talking about? And I guess we have to get used to the idea that in a free market, or rather in a internet that is worldwide, anyone can go and write anything online. But it's just you would think people have the basic instinctive sense to say, now isn't the time for that. Let me talk about the actual topic. Let's address this, discuss this. And there were dissenters who had merit. There were people who were saying, this should have happened years ago, which is correct. There were people who said, all these senators that voted for it this time, that didn't vote for it back in March, are, in previous times should, be confronted as far as primarying them in their careers. And I agree with that. But this is good. I'm very satisfied with this result, and I just hope that it is. I'm optimistic in the sense that I think if they can keep a majority of the senators opposed to this that are going to still be in office, so people like Bill Nelson and Flake and Corker, they're not going to be around in 2 months. But if they can keep a solid group of all the Democrats with a couple of Republicans, mixed in with that, Democrats having control of the House in January, there is a strong chance to end this. It's been 3 years. People have woken up to it not producing anything of merit other than, coins that we're making on behalf of people getting blown to pieces. But what's scary is that the lawmakers don't seem to have realized that. Um, because this Khashoggi thing, and I'm not trying to excuse what happened to him at all, and we've been over this before. One person's life should not have led to the outpouring of outrage that was almost scarce, if not completely absent, during the killings of thousands of Yemen civilians who never terrorized the U.S., never did anything to us, just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I don't want to congratulate these people for the most part for showing any kind of courage. They have blood on their hands. I'm not going to forget. I know a lot of people will. That's just how society works. We caught up in news for one day and then that's it. But it is what it is. So thank you.